My name is Abby Venable, and this is our Apple Watch campaign. And the first slide that I'm going to go over is our executive summary, which states out our goals and everything that we had in mind to accomplish for our campaign. So our first goal is that we wanted to analyze the Apple Watch to improve on ways to market it, not only better to the current audiences, but also to new audiences. So paying attention to demographics and psychographics and things of that nature. And then we wanted to create a media plan that makes people want to tell others about Apple Watch, so using word of mouth as advertising the Apple Watch. Then we want to stimulate purchase of the Apple Watch, as every company has that in their goals and it's their executive summary. And then we want to make known the many features of the Apple Watch that maybe people don't know about, such as being able to change the song with the sound of your voice, and those types of things that I don't think people realize. We also want to ensure that consumer needs are met by paying attention to what they're saying, either on social media, blogs, comments, anything of that nature, and also providing support for the Apple Watch for our consumers. Lastly, we want to be a reliable technology leader in the watch industry. As Apple is known for computers and phones, we want to tap into that watch industry and be a reliable source and company. And with these things being said, we believe that we've created a successful campaign.
Hi, my name is Brett Haskell, and I'm going to talk to you about the market and consumer behavior as well as the competitive analysis. Now, when it comes to the market, there's many different environments that affect the market, such as the social, cultural, economic, political, as well as the trends that take place. Now, the social is people want to, fit in. They want to be a part of the wearable revolution that we're going through now. And that is the quick and easy access of having the ability to either, it's health tracking. So they have it around their wrists, and it's easier than taking out a phone and, having to run around with it and carry it around. And that's just being able to adapt to our consumers. Now, our target market are the people ages 20 to 40, people that are out of their entry-level jobs and able to maintain and afford this new technology, and they're able to adapt with it as well, because obviously our first prototype is not going to be the same as our, last prototype, if you will. And these consumers are very, very, in tune, and they're able to adapt, like I said. Now, there's a couple different things that come with the consumers, and that's brand loyalty. That's one of the main things. People are going to pertain to the different um, brands that they know. Obviously, they're going to keep going back and forth, back and forth. But if they have one particular brand in which they stick with, such as let's use Nike for instance. For my sake, I always use Nike. I always go to Nike for whether it's shoes, shirts, shorts, anything, workout material, any clothing like that, because I'm loyal to that brand. I'm actually wearing a Nike polo right now, so that's one of the things. And then there's trends. People are wanting to be able to have a healthy lifestyle, so they want to be able to track their health rate and their heart rate. I'm sorry, their steps taken, have a workout schedule, things such as that. And that's what the Apple Watch is going to do. And now, when it goes to the competitors, standpoint, the competitive analysis, we have the main competitors of Fitbit, Android, and Samsung. And those people are relatively new to the market, as are we. I mean, it's a relatively new market in general. So these products obviously are just now coming out in the past 2 years. So obviously they have time for improvement, and they're going to be improved over time. And price ranges are going to be a little bit different, and they're going to be, Apple has been around and has been so dependable for a long, long time. So people are going to be more in tune to the Apple brand than they are Android, Samsung, and or Fitbit, who just came out. But the usability of all these objects are so easy. I mean, you have it around your wrist. It's something that you can just look at. Take it. It's when you're checking. It's like you're checking time. So you've already got it at your hand. You can swipe with your fingers, stuff like that for the Apple Watch. The features. It's all. Apple is always top of the line. That's our goal, is to be top of the line. And if we can keep that up, obviously our consumers are going to continue and continue and continue to buy our product and buy into what we're actually doing. And that is becoming the number one company for anybody's needs, whether it be technology, and maybe 20 years down the road we start doing clothing. So
I'm going to begin with a product analysis of the Apple Watch. I want to start with a brief background of the product. Design and development began in 2002 using Nike fitness watches as a guide. In 2011, the first major step was taken when Apple filed for a patent. Next, I'm going to outline a few of the features of the watch. Apple products have always been known for cutting-edge technology, and the watch is no different. There are 10 features that Apple outlines as their main attractions: Apple Pay, car key replacement, fitness tracking, digital crown, full functioning apps, actionable notifications, remote control functions, passbook, digital touch communication, and Siri. Most of these features probably sound familiar to you. This is because Apple created the watch features based upon achieving seamless integration between the iPhone and the new Apple Watch to add daily convenience for their users. Now to move on to market share. Market share is dependent upon perceived value of a product in consumers' eyes. In 2015, Apple held upward of 65% of the smartwatch market. You can see this on the graph shown on this slide. Currently, they're estimated to hold around 75% of the market. With such a large percent of the market under their control, Apple has a strong advantage moving into the future. Finally, to talk about their current advertising. Apple aims to target a broad spectrum of consumers and provide utility in many aspects of their life. They have several series of commercials that depict this goal. One, titled Style, shows a young female getting ready for her. As she changes her outfit, she also changes her watch band to match the clothes she is wearing. This commercial depicts the utility and adaptability of this in consumers' everyday life. Apple has spent almost $35 million on TV campaigns just like this one. They can forecast success of these high-budget campaigns because of their past success. For example, the iPhone and iPod both were high-budget campaigns that ended up in selling out for pre-sale and the first round of retail production. Apple has an extremely loyal consumer base. Returning customers make for a large fraction of the sales, especially when releasing new products. A large budget serves as a major strength for Apple. The ability to spend up to $40 million per product on an advertising campaign gives them a strong advantage in the market. Finally, the design of Apple products and development supports top-of-the-line innovation. The brand is perceived as cutting-edge technology, and when looking for cutting-edge technology, many consumers turn to Apple. As you can see, Apple has several strengths that play a crucial role in their success. As for weaknesses, Apple has only a few. The first is price. With a high-end product comes a high-end price. Other competitors are able to offer competing products at a lower price point that may be appealing to consumers. Another is something that experts call the Apple ecosystem. This basically means that Apple products work solely with other Apple products. Other smartphones and devices do not take full advantage of the features on the iWatch. Consumers who do not already have Apple products are appealing to them because they will not be able to utilize them. Battery life is another weakness of our product. Moving on to a few external factors, there are several opportunities that are presenting themselves to Apple. The growing popularity of health awareness is a major chance for the iWatch to expand. As America continues to grow their interest in health products, so will the demand for our products. Being a global brand also serves as an opportunity for Apple. Entering Asian markets, such as China, is proving to be a profitable way for technology companies to find a new consumer base. Finally, upgradable software allows consumers to have an input into what new features and fixes will come about. Consumers will be able to get an updated product without purchasing something entirely new. Finally, to finish off the SWOT analysis, I will outline a few threats. Competitor prices seem to be the largest hurdle that Apple will have to jump over to be successful. Being perceived as a premium brand, Apple is already noted to have a higher price point than other consumer products. Competition in the smartwatch industry is very high, and Android and Fitbit seem to be gaining power within the market above Apple. Competition will continue to be stiff as the market becomes more saturated. Apple was also late to coming into the market, so they need to gain exposure rapidly to catch up.
Young professionals, and these are people in their 20s who have a stable income and a stable job, and they're really into tech, and they've known Apple and the brand for a long time, so they're pretty loyal to it. Our secondary markets include women, baby boomers, and innovators, and we chose women because they're going to be interested in the band that you can change out. It's fashionable. It's also convenient for moms and people who are more into the digital age, and women are becoming more and more interested in that. Baby boomers are people in their 50s to 70s, and they're really concerned about their health, so we decided that they would be a secondary market because they can benefit from the fitness tracker and the health tracker. And then innovators because they're super interested in what's new in the tech world, and they are opinion leaders and tell people what products are the best and what don't work as well. So we really wanted to tap into those. For our demographics, we chose 12 to 40 globally, and for our psychographics, we really wanted people who valued convenience and technology advancements, but also fitness and health, and they really valued those things.
Hello, my name is Megan Alexander, and I will be talking about the objectives. The first objective I'm going to cover is the marketing objectives. Our primary marketing goal is to inspire consumers to purchase the Apple Watch and also to refer it to new consumers. There are 4 components involved in the marketing objectives. The first is awareness and comprehension. Consumers need to be aware of the product and know that there is a high-quality product on the line that can track their fitness and also take care of their personal technology needs. Public relations is also important for a successful marketing campaign. Making sure that the brand has a positive association with the public is very crucial. A brand that does not have a good public association will most likely not have a good consumer following. Also, without public relations, a product that is not in the public view will be overlooked and passed up in the buying decision process. Direct marketing is also very important. This can be done by marketing to consumers through email, online, or text message campaign. This will ensure that they are aware of the product's entry into the market. Without direct marketing, consumers could be lost in the large demographics and therefore be missed when making sales. The last component is supplementary communications. This just allows consumers to be up to date on all information regarding the product, which in this case is the Apple Watch. The next objectives I will be covering are the IMC objectives. These are our goals that we want to accomplish through the marketing and advertising for the Apple Watch. The first and main goal is we want people to go out and purchase the Apple Watch. We also want people to believe the Apple Watch is the top digital watch that has the most value. We want to make sure the consumer knows what the product does and how to use the apps, the fitness tracker, and other features the Apple Watch has to offer. We want to ensure that the customer's needs are addressed and making sure the consumer feels they matter to the Apple developers, giving them a say in the development of products. We want to be portrayed as a reliable, cutting-edge technology company that offers top-of-the-line products that are consumer-friendly. Also, consumers should be walking into advertisements, encouraging others to buy, sparking others to ask questions about their products, and guiding others to make purchases as well. And lastly, we want people to know where to buy the product and how to get support for the product. The next objectives I will cover are the media objectives. Our target audience is going to be tech-savvy individuals who already have an Apple product. They will provide lifetime customer value, be more receptive to technological innovation, and be adaptable. When it comes to reach and frequency, the frequency needs to be a little smaller than a company that is new and upcoming. This is because we don't want our advertising to seem worn out or overdone. When it comes to geographic coverage, since Apple does have a wide reach across the United States, there isn't a reason to single out a certain region, but focusing on bigger markets will have a good impact. Since our target market is young professionals, the internet and social media will be taking up most of the advertising plan. For promotion support, Apple is going to look towards social media. Social media will present the anticipation that Apple is looking for when it comes to the advertising and release of the Apple Watch. For trade communication, there is no need for Apple to use trade communication. Apple is a brand that is known for coming out with top-of-the-line products with a large consumer following. They're also such a well-known company that they do not need help of other companies to get their product introduced. Since Apple is a well-known company, we want to give the appearance of being the best of the best. To do this, we want to be in the top technology magazines, have the most popular radio stations, play our advertisements, be a part of major television programs such as the Super Bowl, and have a prominent social media presence. All of this does cost money though, and with a $5 million advertisement constraint, there will be limitations to the budget.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I will be talking about the strategy sections of this presentation. The product concept for the Apple Watch is that it's a premium band. When consumers use the watch, they are guaranteed luxury of a product that will always work. The Apple Watch has complete integration within their own products, which is a major benefit for its consumers. In order to show this, communication media is an important part of our marketing strategy. The internet has become a way that advertisers can easily spread their messages to potential and current consumers. There is an infinite amount of different digital media websites, and when we identify our consumer that has the greatest need for the Apple Watch, it was the young professional. This group can use the different features of the Apple Watch that it provides in order to be more successful in their personal and professional lives. By segmenting the market by age, gender, interests, among the other things, we were able to determine a message that would draw the attention of our desired audience. This will be explained further on our next slide. Our IMC message is to think different. Apple wants its consumers to use their products in order to change this world. This is why Apple released a series of 7 commercials showcasing this idea. An example is the video Dance. A man asked Siri to play 80s dance music, which shows how Siri is an integral part of the watch. It gives the consumer the ability to do anything they want, which is what our message is trying to show, that you can do whatever you want, and we want you to do that to think different. The primary media that will be used to market the Apple Watch will be social media. As previously discussed, the digital age has evolved and made social media a powerful tool to use for marketing. The second media we have chosen will be radio. While advertising through radio is not as popular as digital media, it can have a large reach. And the best scheduling we decided for Apple would be to have a pulse schedule. This is when advertising can continue throughout the year, yet there is a clear schedule of where money is spent more than other times. This will be good for the Apple Watch because we can give constant updates about the watch, even if it's a small change such as the color of the band that's offered. The geographic markets that will receive more weight will be markets that fall within our target market of 20-year-olds or young professionals. They will include both genders since they both use the watch. Since the Apple Watch requires a diverse media coverage plan, we created a media vehicle in order to show the breakdown of television, print, radio, and digital forms of communication. Our tactic was to allocate information about the Apple Watch across all outlets to create brand awareness and stimulate purchases. The chart shows a monthly breakdown.
For the evaluation section of our campaign, we really went with TV, print, and radio, the traditional medias, because they're really effective still, and it's important for advertising to still be on these channels. So we did the Super Bowl commercial just because of its really great reach. It reaches our target and secondary markets, and that's really why we chose it as instead of doing a TV spot for 30 seconds. For print, we chose MIT Tech because it reaches the young professional. We thought that was great for our target market. For radio, Pandora's digital. A lot of people are listening to digital radio, so we decided that one was really good. But also iHeart, because not only can you listen to it on the app and digitally, but you can listen to it in your car. And we chose LA and New York just because they're big cities and they can reach a lot of people. And it's not that much money to have an ad on iHeartRadio. For digital, we have Wired, Hulu, Instagram, and Facebook. Wired because many opinion leaders in the technology world are on Wired and posting about things and talking about things, so we decided that would be great for the Apple Watch. Hulu because people are going towards this digital TV with few ads, but the ads are still effective. Instagram and Facebook because their ads are really cheap, but they reach a lot of people. Everyone's on social media now, and baby boomers are on Facebook a lot now, and young professionals are on Instagram, and that's why we chose those media outlets. I'm going to briefly go over the budget portion of our campaign, and it's a summation of Q1, which added up to January, February, as well as March. So we believe that the numbers in our graph that it can be shown and can be seen really allocated our resources and money effectively with our media, as well as things like sales training, which we decided to spend a lot of money on because it was very important. So our total spent marketing in Q1 equaled to $212,726. And then our company sales totals in Q1 equal to $5.1 billion, which is a great representation of how much Apple can spend on advertising and different things. And then lastly, our 10% contingency fund equal to $21,272.60. Figure 1 is the infographic we created that kind of tells more about the features of Apple Watch, such as be connected, be fit, be fashion forward, be productive, and be on time. And these can be seen in the infographic as visually appealing, also informative, which was our goal for the infographic. And then for our print ad, we chose Never Miss a Second as the headline with 3 big watch visuals and the tagline, Time Really Does Tell All. And the headline and the tagline are kind of a play on words, which is creative and kind of fun for the Apple Watch ad. And then in the body, we explain more about what the Apple Watch features can do. And with that, with those creatives, we conclude our Apple Watch campaign.